When I was in the learning coach season of my life, everything was against me. I had no time, I had no energy, and I had no motivation to come home and do the extra work. So I pretty much had to kind of brainwash myself to do the hard work. I basically used a lot of negative energy to push myself when I was feeling sick of how tired I was and with my status in the society. So I hated this idea of being replaceable and dispensable. I hated the idea of being at the bottom of the barrel, honestly. And I kind of mastered all the dark energy to hustle my way out of the mud. So after a 10-hour shift, my eyes were popping out of my sockets, my hands were dry and burned by the coffee machine and whatnot, and I was smelling like a fish after cycling 2 hours uphill. Now I look back and I'm proud of my achievement, and it's a happy story because I made it on the other side. And in this video I will teach you how to work hard even if you don't feel like it, so you can get your first developer job. I'm Christian and I used to be a barista, and now I teach people programming, and if you need more info about that, check out the first link in the description. To develop a sickening work ethic, you have to start from the what, your North Star, the thing that drives you. If you stay where you are, you need to understand the stakes. You're not going to be young forever, and for most people, age doesn't bring wisdom, it brings decay. We pretty much start to rot from the inside out. You start with your dreams and ambitions and outlook in life, and you end up with an overweight body. You start looking older than you really are. You start to lose confidence. If or when you'll have kids, you'll have less and less time to spend with them because you have to work extra hours to pay the bills and whatnot. You'll have less and less energy because you don't sleep well and because you eat shitty food. Your environment is going to hit you from left, from right. And if this sounds scary to you, that's good. It's okay. This is the dark energy that you have to master if you want to be successful. That idea of you being overworked, underpaid, underslept, and overweight should literally haunt you day in and day out. It's a psychological warfare that you need to take with yourself, and you need to wake up. Another thing that you need to do, in my opinion, is to outwork everyone else. You are competing with so many people. I always say you need a mentor to become successful fast, and it's true, but a mentor cannot help you with any advice, help, or support if you don't implement and execute to the absolute highest level of quality. And here's one exercise you can do right now to figure out the trajectory of your life. Pull out a Google Doc and write 2 pages where you describe your life in absolute details. What's gonna happen if you don't do the work, right? Describe every single moment of that day. How you look, how you feel, what you eat, when you wake up, how happy you are. Go in absolute detail. And once you finish this, write another 2 pages where you do the same thing, but now you get to have your dream job. You get paid what you want and you have what you desire. Once you finish this exercise, realize that both of those options are 100% possible. And I often do this exercise with some of my students that lack motivation, and this is a major wake-up call for them. The amazing thing is that both of those scenarios are literally in your hands. You are the sole responsible person for those outcomes. It's scary, but it's liberating. Here's where I would also recommend you the book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. He's an absolute beast. He had a terrible life and he conquered his demons. If you decide to do this exercise, feel free to share your Google Doc with me at christian@florachristian.com, and I'll be glad to read it and encourage you and give you some extra tips along the way. Next, you need volume, a ton of repetition. The sheer volume of hours spent writing code, working on your skills will help you kill that competition. And also, when it comes to marketing yourself as a developer, you need to apply to a lot of jobs. I used to apply to 10, 20 jobs per day for 6 months straight, and I had only 2 in-person interviews. And that was 7 years ago, and I had no clue about automations and things like LinkedIn Quick Apply. You need a ridiculous amount of job applications to push through in this current market. This is a quick exercise. Think about how you can apply to 1,000 jobs a day. That might sound ridiculous, but just think about it. Can you actually do it? If yes, how? Could you pay someone to apply for you while you sleep, work, or code? Can you use automation? You need to start thinking outside the box. You need to outwork and outsmart the competition. So if you get paid $15 an hour, let's say, instead of spending 3 hours per day applying, you could be working for 3 hours in that period of time. You'll be making $45 and then you can pay someone $5 an hour from Philippines to apply on your behalf for like what, 9 hours? So imagine having someone applying on your behalf like 9 hours a day, every day for a month. I mean, you would apply to literally every single, job opening in the US. That's crazy. You need to think outside the box if you want to get crazy results, especially in this day and age. Competition is everywhere, like you need to accept it, and it's obvious. It's getting like tougher and tougher to become successful because the internet made the barrier of entry so ridiculously low, almost like non-existent, right? This is not a game where everyone can win. You are literally being compared with hundreds of candidates, and people, these businesses, they don't know who you are. They just see your like resume, right? And it's like a dating profile. They will judge you based on the smallest mistake that you have in that resume, and they will swipe left if they don't like you. That's why you need to become what they want, what the market wants. It's not enough to do your best. Your best is like irrelevant. Spend some time researching the market and become what the market wants. Spend some time with a developer and see what they do. What kind of apps are they making? Are they building weather apps and tribute pages from Free Code Camp, or are they building data visualization tools with complex charts and SaaS products? Let me tell you something, for 5 years I only built the latter. And I made a very good living doing so, and I would highly encourage you to look into the most popular SaaS products, study them, and ask what problem are they solving, and aim to build something like that for yourself. This is the approach I'm taking in the next following years because the market is closing down like with force, right? Beginners will have a tougher and tougher time getting in. Every single market is oversaturated. Like, go ahead. Become a YouTuber and teach fitness, or start a dropshipping business. You cannot escape the competition. Everything is oversaturated. That's why you need to be better than the entire, market. Use this fear of competition to stay up longer and to think outside the box. Maybe you need to wake up 2 hours earlier. Maybe you need to sleep 2 hours less. Maybe you need to change your diet and food to get more energy. Maybe you need to exercise. Maybe you need to sell the Xbox to have more time for coding. Maybe you need to squeeze in 2 hours at work reading MDN. Maybe you can read a bit while on the toilet or on the lunch break. I used to do that all the time. If you changing your life isn't your main obsession right now, when is it going to be? Next year, when it's gonna be harder? Because nobody's gonna help you. Nobody's gonna give you a favor. You need to start thinking differently because the way you are thinking right now brought you the results you have now. So make coding your main priority right now instead of waiting. If you think about starting, just start. I have a free course for beginners. You can check the second link in the description. That course has everything you need to start. There is an entire course on mindset and learning how to learn, because most people don't know how to learn. And it's taken from my paid program, and I give it to you for free because I want you to have the best start in this journey. So with a strong mind, an unhealthy work ethic, and a lot of volume, you will be successful. But remember, perfect practice makes perfect. You can practice everything and put a ton of volume and time, but if you code the wrong way, you are learning the wrong things, you'll get stuck and develop bad habits, So if you want to take things to the next level, you can apply for my mentorship program, where I'll take you by the hand and show you how to learn code, how to work in a team, and how to become that sought after six-figure developer that everyone desperately needs. If you have a strong mind, put in all your efforts into this. With my help and roadmap, you'll get hired guaranteed. I can save you a few years of unnecessary frustrations and struggles and remove all the bullshit that is being taught online. And I also have a money back guarantee, so if you're not satisfied, you get a refund. Plus, I will keep working with you for free until you get hired. So I put a lot on the line because I have what you need. You just need to try it and see for yourself. So click the first link in the description, apply, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.